Welcome, wrestling fans. Tony Schiavone, and this is the Great American Bash. Welcome. We're live from Baltimore, Maryland for the Great American Bash. We are kicking it off tonight with an event called the Battle Bowl. There will be 8 tag team matches, randomly selecting team members that have never necessarily fought together. We could have friends with friends, enemies with enemies. The bottom line is the winning tag team, those 2 participants, will then enter the Battle Bowl at the end of the night. It'll be an 8-man battle royal, and the winner, singular, in that event will have a title shot against whoever the NWA champion is at the end of the Great American Bash on the 30th of July. It is going to be an incredible night to kick off the Battle Bowl. Joining me, as always, in the broadcast booth right now, Stu Mayhem. And Stu, tonight the NWA is going to be shining brighter than ever.
I'll tell you right now, Tony Schiavone, you hear this crowd in the background. They are absolutely fit to be tied. They don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what's going to happen.
Indeed, it is all random selection, and we've got a guest. We are being joined right now by the world champion himself, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair.
What's up, Dory? I just have a couple of things I want to say. Everyone out there in the nation, Vader, you thought you wanted this? Now you're going to find out what happens when you mess with the Horseman, big man. Woo!
All right, the Nature Boy Ric Flair, of course, alluding to the match that will take place later on tonight. It will be Vader in an elimination match against Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard, and the Nature Boy Ric Flair. If he's able to somehow overcome those astronomical odds, he will have a shot right here tonight, easy for me to say, against the World Heavyweight Champion himself, the Nature Boy Ric Flair. The stakes don't get any higher. All right, we're ready for the first Battle Bowl match, and it is going to be Kevin Sullivan. We don't know who his tag team partner is going to be yet, but we'll find out momentarily.
Kevin Sullivan is one part of the 6-man tag team champions, along with Ivan and Nikita Koloff. So whoever gets to be his partner is going up against or getting somebody who knows how to win tag team wrestling matches clearly. It's going to be very interesting to see who it is.
Well, again, it could be literally anybody else on the roster. We're going to find out right now. Oh, Captain Redneck, Nick Murdoch. Well, I have a funny feeling these 2 guys might actually get along pretty well. They've got very similar philosophies.
Well, yeah, neither one of them particularly loved by the fans, so it should be interesting indeed to see how this one turns out.
Of course, Dick Murdoch, along with Adrian Adonis, former World Tag Team Champion. So again, Murdoch also very successful with tag team wrestling. And whoever wins this match at the end of the day, they will be in the Battle Bowl at the end of the night and have an opportunity at the NWA Champion at the Omni on the 30th of July. Ladies and gentlemen, the Great American Bash is going to be blazing a tour throughout the United States throughout the entire month of July. We cannot tell you enough how much we hope to see you at one of these events. All right, now the waiting game. Oh, wait a minute. Here we go, Ricky Morton. One half of the Rock and Roll Express, one half of the United States Tag Team Champions, Ricky Morton.
Oh, Ricky Morton making his way down, and so far we've got everybody in this match with a lot of tag team experience, which should make for a very interesting contest. Well, we're still waiting to see who Morton's partner is going to be, but there's a lot of potential here right now.
Absolutely there is, fans. We invite you to follow us on Twitter at Invasion Nation. Notice the spelling in the bottom right corner of your screen. Get exclusive up-to-the-date, up-to-the-minute updates on things taking place inside the FWF. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. No way. Whoa. Beautiful Bobby Eaton, one half of the World Tag Team Champions. And the history between the Midnight Express and the Rock and Roll Express is legendary. And now these 2 men are going to be asked to somehow work together as a team. Can you believe this?
I'll tell you right now, you want to talk about luck of the draw? I'm not sure if this is luck or not, but these two guys are going to have to find a way to coexist, and that's not going to be easy with the history they've got between them.
Well, perhaps not, but at the same time, this could work out well in their favor because when you think about it, I don't know how well Murdoch and Sullivan really know each other, but when it comes to Eaton and Morton, I think they know each other as well as anybody will ever know. All the history of in-ring fighting and activity could actually work out for them in a match like this if they can put personal differences aside, and that's really going to be what this is all about.
Well, this thing's going to get interesting right from the opening bell, apparently.
Well, we knew it would be. All right, bell sounds, action's underway, and here we go. Ricky Morton with a hurricane run on Kevin Sullivan. And the Prince of Darkness right off the bat. On the receiving end, Ricky Morton with a nice fist drop right to the forehead.
Corkscrew neck breaker. Now Ricky Morton is going to start this thing off on a high note. He's going up to the top rope right next to Bobby Eaton, which normally is not something I would think is a good idea for him.
And now Kevin Sullivan. Big elbow right to the forehead of Ricky Morton. And now Sullivan, what's he going to do here? Sends him into the corner. Tag is made, and now here comes Captain Redneck Dick Murdoch. I would think that from a continuity standpoint, there will probably be better chemistry between Murdoch and Sullivan. They don't have the history that Ricky Morton and Ricky Morton and Bobby Eaton do. Nice move right here. What's he going to do? Pump handle slam, perhaps. And yes, there it is. And Ricky Morton down to the mat. Crowd here in Baltimore, Maryland, enjoying this opening contest. Arguably, this could have been a main event anywhere in the world. I mean, Bobby Eaton and Ricky Morton on the same team. I'm going to put that down on the list of things I never thought I would live to see. Tag is made, and now we're going to see some tag team continuity between the Rock and Roll Express and the Midnight Express, and there it is.
Well, the crowd's starting to really eat this up. I think they realize just how unbelievable this is, the fact that this is even happening. And
now Bobby Eaton has the advantage over Dick Murdoch. I'm not sure why he's taking a moment to observe. I would think he would be going after this thing much more aggressively. I know I would if I were in his position.
Well, Bobby Eaton is a guy who definitely has his own style of wrestling. He's very talented and can do it from a number of different ways, from mat wrestling to aerial and everything in between. And there's a nice, timely tag made to Ricky Morton.
Diving tag was made by Eaton, and now Morton one-on-one with Murdoch. And Murdoch snapmaring Ricky Morton over, and then a boot to the back right between the shoulder blades, and there's a tag made, and here comes the Prince of Darkness, Kevin Sullivan, back in. Sullivan now hammering down on the head of Ricky Morton with those heavy fists.
Kevin Sullivan, talk about the Prince of Darkness. This is a guy who's very, very dark in many ways, and tremendous run in the state of Florida. Now here up in the NWA on the big time, and he is going to bring a lot of that psyche, I believe, with him here. Ricky Morton is going to have to find a way to overcome the mental games of Kevin Sullivan, and that's not an easy thing to do.
Absolutely. When you talk about a mental game, there's nobody, and I mean nobody in the business that does it like Kevin Sullivan. He will get so into your head that you don't know what you're doing. And now Bobby Eaton going to work on Sullivan with a double sledgehammer to the back. Oh, Sullivan with a shot to the hamstring, and now raking the back of Bobby Eaton. Follows it up with a big knee buster, and suddenly Sullivan and Murdoch looking pretty good in this match. Doing the better job of the tag team wrestling. Well, there's, as I say it, Bobby Eaton gets out of danger and turns the tide against Kevin Sullivan.
And now Eaton's got him in a submission hold. Sullivan's in trouble. The referee wants to know if he's had enough, but no.
Look at Kevin Sullivan. He is methodical in what he does. Constantly playing the mind games. And now Bobby Eaton going right to the eyes of Sullivan. But Sullivan's the master when it comes to the dirty games. Tremendous shot right there, and Eaton may be out. Tag is made. Murdoch is now the legal man in the ring. Referee's going to try and maintain order in this one. Down he goes. And now bouncing the head of Bobby Eaton off the canvas.
Well, right now, Ricky Morton needs desperately to find a way to get tagged into this match. Bobby Eaton been out there a little too long for my personal liking, and I think right now we see it. Murdoch getting the upper hand, but now Eaton has the opportunity to make the tag. Will he do it?
Well, it looks like he's not done yet. There's a neck breaker, and down goes Murdoch. To your point, Bobby Eaton did have a great opportunity right there. Did not take advantage of it. Goes for the scoop slam. Couldn't hold him, and now Murdoch comes down the back door. Murdoch has him up in the air. Could this be the brain buster? It is. And that might be the match.
He got him with that brain buster, and nobody gets out of that, but Ricky Morton's going to be able to make the save, and that could be enough.
Fans, I'll tell you right now, this one's going to be a test for both teams. Snapmare back now off the top rope back to the middle of the ring, and now another tag. The frequent tags definitely going in favor of Sullivan and Murdoch. They are keeping the fresh man in the ring at all times. And now Bobby Eaton firing back. He's got to make the tag to Ricky Morton. Rakes the eyes of Kevin Sullivan. And now an inverted atomic knee drop. And if that's not an equalizer, I don't know what is. Goes for the cover, but he's way too close to Murdoch, who never even had to make the save.
Well, Bobby Eaton, I don't think he thought for a moment he was going to get the pinfall there. I think he just wanted to show that he could try it.
Hammering down on the head of Kevin Sullivan is Bobby Eaton. And now there's another desperation tag by Sullivan, and here comes Murdoch. Back body drop caught him, and Eaton has got to make the tag.
Well, you would definitely think so, but he still hasn't done it yet, raking the eyes of Murdoch. The opportunity has been there, and Eaton has not seized upon it.
Once again, an opportunity to make the tag, and he doesn't do it. He falls into the other corner and catches his breath. Meantime, Ricky Morton is hanging on that top rope. Another eye rake and another back rake, and I'll tell you right now, Eaton throwing the rule book out the window, and the referee with a lot of latitude in this one, and again to the eyes.
Well, when you think of all that's at stake in this one, an opportunity at the World Heavyweight Champion, not to mention being crowned the Battle Bowl Champion.
Now you have to keep in mind, for some of these guys that'll be wrestling tonight, it'll be their only opportunity at a title match during the Great American Bash is if they get the win. For others, it may be a second opportunity, whereas most people only get one. Neck breaker by Murdoch now, and again, Ricky Morton just waiting on the apron. Big elbow, and down goes Eaton. But he comes up with a jawbreaker of his own.
Nice cross knee backbreaker. Now Bob Eaton going up, and Kevin Sullivan is there to meet him.
Eaton with an Alabama leg jab, and he caught him with it. Rolls him over, hooks the leg. That could be it. 1, 2, 3. No, he didn't get him.
Now that was as close as it gets, and Ricky Morton able to make the save, keeping Kevin Sullivan at bay, but Bobby Eaton just didn't have enough to finish it off. There's a nice neck breaker, and Eaton hooks the leg. Sullivan not going to make the save this time.
And Murdoch somehow gets his shoulder up off the mat. Well, I'll tell you what, the tide and tempo of this one have changed completely in the last few moments. Kevin Sullivan has got Bobby Eaton, couldn't hold him. Eaton comes out the back door now. Big shot to the midsection of Dick Murdoch. Ricky Morton still out on the floor, and it has been the Bobby Eaton show here tonight.
Well, think about this. If Eaton and Morton win, they go right back to being bitter enemies because they'll be in the Battle Bowl, and there are no friends in the Battle Bowl.
Absolutely not. Another big move by Bobby Eaton, and Murdoch now is in that position where he needs desperately to make the tag. Bobby Eaton hooks the leg. He's got his feet up on the ropes for an advantage. And the save made by Kevin Sullivan. We see Ricky Morton now returning. And that might have been a brainbuster right there by Bobby Eaton, taking a page out of the book of Murdoch.
I believe it was, and Murdoch didn't like it very much. Slamming Eaton, and now wants to make the tag to Sullivan, who's not paying attention. Now he goes.
Fans, this is going to be one heck of a finish here. Whoever's going to pull this one off is going to have to really dig deep. And now, Sullivan has him up for a pile driver, and that's it. Bobby Eaton's been busted wide open. He's a bloody mess. Ricky Morton barely able to make the save that time.
It was close, and Kevin Sullivan has some words for Ricky Morton. But none of that matters. This match still continues. Wow, look at the head of Bobby Eaton. He is really split wide open.
Bobby Eaton's a bloody mess. He's been in this match for almost 10 minutes now. He needs desperately to tag out. Any chance they have on victory right now revolves around Bobby Eaton making a tag to Ricky Morton.
Just hung him across the top rope. Sullivan like a shark that smells blood in the water.
Both figuratively as well as, look, what is he doing? Again, the opportunity to make the tag is right there. Bobby Eaton simply will not tag Ricky Morton.
Well, it's going to be hard, and we talked about it early on. If they can't put past differences aside for one match, then they'll be on the losing end more than likely. But right now, Bobby Eaton clearly is not able to distance himself from Ricky Morton.
He got him!
What?
Bobby Eaton somehow got Kevin Sullivan.
Well, forget what I just said.
Fans, I've seen a lot of crazy things in this business over the years. I don't know that I've seen anything that's going to match that. There was a moment early on where we saw some continuity between Eaton and Morton, but that was short-lived as Bobby Eaton decided he was going to go into business for himself, and he stayed in the ring the remainder of the match. Well, look at this. There are the winners. They will be advancing to the Battle Bowl in the finals later tonight. Fans, stay with us. More action still to come here. It's part of the Great American Bash. Wrestling fans, this is Ken Resnick inviting you to join us for AWA, American Wrestling Association wrestling action right here on the Nation Network. The biggest, the best, all of the greatest names in professional wrestling under one banner, and that banner is the AWA. Nick Bockwinkel, the Road Warrior, Stan the Lariat Hansen, the Midnight Rockers, and many, many more right here exclusively at the AWA. Exclusively on the Nation Network. All right, wrestling fans, we are back. It is time for the second match here at the Battle Bowl. Who is this? Oh my goodness! What happened to Legion of Doom? Road Warrior Hawk.
Well, I'll tell you one thing I find very interesting, and that is that almost everybody we've seen here tonight thus far has vast experience in tag team wrestling.
Well, that's true, although if you look back at the first match, it wasn't much in the way of tag team wrestling that got it done. Bobby Eaton pretty much took that thing on his own. One half of the Road Warriors right here as we take a look at Hawk. The Road Warriors, of course, have been spending most of their time as of late in the AWA. With the Great American Bash calling, though, I would not be surprised at all to see them showing up at more than one of the big events that we have going across the nation. All right, we're about to find out who's going to be his tag team partner.
You imagine if it was Animal?
Well, that would be a distinct advantage, but it doesn't look that... Oh, take a look! Mean Mark!
Mean Mark Callis is going to be the tag team partner of Road Warrior Hawk, and that's a pretty dominant duo already.
Well, of course, Mean Mark formerly one part of the Towers of Powers with Sid Vicious. Of course, that falling down in recent weeks. No love lost between those men anymore, I can tell you that for a fact.
They indeed will be going head-to-head during the Great American Bash.
All right, here comes the reigning UWF television champion, Brad Armstrong.
Brad Armstrong from a wrestling family. Bullet Bob Armstrong, his father. And he is a tremendous young talent. Now that we have this working arrangement between the UWF and the NWA, we will see some of their best players, so to speak, on our stage throughout the Great American Bash. And we get a look tonight at one of the best. Talk about a bright, shining star. Brad Armstrong has taken that title and really done a great job with it.
He absolutely has. And now the question is, who's his tag team partner going to be? Oh, check it out. Flying Brian Pillman, newcomer here to the NWA.
Well, this ought to be a very fun team to watch, but they give up a lot in size and strength.
Yeah, they do, but they make it up with quickness, agility, and that's definitely going to be in their factor. And now if they can work as a tag team well, this could be something very special to watch here tonight. Flying Brian, ladies and gentlemen, is here. The fans love him. Generally considered to be a cruiserweight, but he's going to be going up against the super heavyweights here tonight. It's pick'em time in this one, and I can't do it. I would think Hawk and Mean Mark Callis would have to come out on top based on size, based on strength, and most importantly, experience. And I feel that all goes to them, and that may be just too much for somebody like Brian Pillman and Brad Armstrong to give up in a match of this magnitude.
But at the same time, it is the opportunity of a lifetime. Brian Pillman will guarantee himself a title match during the Great American Bash if he wins the Battle Bowl.
As would Brad Armstrong, and that's one of those things that's not likely going to happen any other way. Fans, we want to let you know that the Nation Network continues to bring you the top talent as well as production in the business. Right now, we have the newest and most recent version of In Your House that has been uploaded, and it is available on the Twitch channel. You can check that out later on. Go to twitch.tv/Vince McSham. Brian Pillman now taking over. And he's got Road Warrior Hawk, and he gets him with a neck breaker. Nicely done. And now where's Pillman going? He's going up high. This is what he likes to do, the high-risk district.
Well, it's risk versus reward, and this time the reward is there.
Big splash, and even Pillman had to feel the effects of that one a little bit. Let's give credit where credit is due. Brian Pillman doing very well against the veteran. Former member of the Cincinnati Bengals. That's where the Bengals pattern tights come from. Now Hawk winds up the arm of Pillman, and down the canvas he goes, and now Hawk going to make the tag. And here comes some power, size, and mass that Pillman is going to just have to deal with. Callis has him up, and it's a tremendous suplex from over 6 foot. I would say almost 7 feet down.
Yeah, Callis clearly just under the 7 foot mark, not by much. Near his 300-pound mark, and he's not built big fat, he's built big.
Oh, Pillman now with a nice move, though, to counter that size advantage. Spinning head scissor. And now doing the right thing, he sends Callis into the corner here where maybe, well, I was going to say maybe they can double team. Look at Callis taking Armstrong off the apron and evening things up very quickly.
Talk about out of the frying pan and into the fire. Well, Pillman now on the receiving end. Nice double team right there.
Save made by Brad Armstrong, or this one may have been over. Now Armstrong has stunned Callis. Everybody getting involved in this one, and right now Hawk is tied up in the corner. Flying Brian meets him. Tag is made, and now let's see what's going to happen here. Look at that move right there.
What hang time by Brad Armstrong on that one.
Unique way of using the ropes, and Brad Armstrong came down heavy across the chest. And Hawk is in the middle of the ring. No way he's going to make a tag from there. I'm going to go on record. If they win this match, it's got to be an upset. Trying to draw submission now from the Road Warrior, but that's not going to happen. Going for the belly-to-belly suplex. Nice move by Brad Armstrong to trigger out of it. Armstrong now snapmares him over. Continues to work on the head and the neck area now. Brad Armstrong going all the way up to the top. But there's no one there. There's the tag made. Big boot right to the face.
Oh, and he caught him with another one.
Calling for the trifecta. What a move by Armstrong now. Flying forearm really taking Callis down.
Oh, he got caught that time, did Brad Armstrong.
Opens him up for the heart punch. Down he goes, and that might be all she wrote. Hook of the leg gets one, and a save made by Brian Pillman. Otherwise, this one would have been over. And now the referee is out.
Oh, it's breaking down now. There's no referee. All 4 men in the match. Pillman and Armstrong are both in trouble at the moment, but Armstrong manages to regain the momentum.
Now Brad Armstrong going to work on the head and neck of Mean Mark Callis. I'm not sure how effective that'll be, but he's trying to fire this crowd up, and it's starting to work. Mark Callis with that fall away slam. Big overhand right, and that finds the mark. And again, a big side slam right there. Lunging tag is made, and now Brian Pillman, the legal man, in. He stuns him. And again.
He can't get him off his feet, though.
Well, he's down to one knee.
Pillman simply cannot drop the big man.
2 times Brian Pillman got him down to one knee, but he could not get him off his feet. skyscraper suplex, and there it is. There's the tag made. And now Hawk, the legal man in the ring. Brian Pillman is in trouble.
Been a back and forth match, and I've been a little bit surprised at how it's gone, but at the end of the day, here we are.
Nice move by Pillman, the backbreaker. Follows it up with a Russian leg sweep, and now Hawk in trouble. He's got Hawk down in the middle of the ring. What is Pillman waiting on?
I'm not at all sure, but I would disagree with this strategy. You've got a member of the Road Warriors down. You better take advantage of that for all it's worth.
Well, Pillman finally decides to get it back up to his feet. There's a DDT! And now Pillman continues to batter the head of Hawk off the canvas. What he gives up in size, strength, and experience, he is more than making up for with heart right now.
Wow, I would have to agree with that 100%. Pillman really doing a great job and making a name for himself here at the expense of Hawk. But you have to wonder how long that can last.
Running clothesline, and down he goes. Oh, and it's over.
All four men in the ring at the end. Referee focused on the shoulders being down, and that's what a good referee should do.
We take a look back at moments of this one. Pillman and Armstrong, very impressive in their debut together tonight. And who's to say we might see them again in the future? I wouldn't mind.
No, they did a tremendous job as a tag team together tonight, as did Mean Mark and Hawk. There was that devastating clothesline, and there are your winners. They will advance to the Battle Bowl.
Well, Ricky Morton and Bob Eaton, get a look at your compatriots that are going to be joining you later tonight. The Battle Bowl just got a little bit meaner. Fans, stay with us. We'll be back with plenty more action right after this. All right, fans, we are back live from Baltimore, Maryland, and we are going to go to the locker room. Are we good? Is he back there? Lance Muscle, take it away.
Well, thank you very much, Tony. And I am in the locker room with the members of the Four Horsemen, who moments from now are going to have something to do with a guy named Vader. And Nature Boy Ric Flair, you're the man who's put it all on the line here tonight.
And you know something right now? The Horsemen are more focused than ever before. Vader, I don't know what you were thinking, Big Bad, but you made one hell of a mistake when you put your hands on James J. Dillon. You want to come after me? I'm a champion. I'm a man. I'll go head-to-head with you. But you go after a 60-year-old man like that, that's a man who's more than a manager of his family. Well, now it's personal. And trust me, you're going to find out. There's nobody named Mulkey on this team.
All right, indeed, there is nobody named Mulkey on this team that Vader will be facing later tonight. A bunch of Clydesdales. They are thoroughbreds. They are the Horsemen. Here he comes. The man who could be looking at the next NWA World Champion if he's able to get past this challenge, and then he gets to take on the Nature Boy Ric Flair one-on-one. But first, he's got to get past the Horsemen.
Well, by far, one of the most anticipated matches in the history of the Nation Network. Over 5 weeks in the making here. Vader got tired of playing the waiting game. He attacked Ric Flair, made his intentions known, then he went and took out James J. Dillon, who has suffered a series of injuries, and we don't expect him back anytime soon.
Well, we understand that James J. Dillon only recently was released to go home. He's watching this, of course, on the Nation Network, and as well as all of you great fans out there. We wish him a speedy recovery. All right. We may be looking at history in the making here, because I'll tell you one thing. When it comes to the Great American Bash, the headline event is always the main event, and the main event is always the World Heavyweight Championship. If Vader doesn't find a way to get past 3 men, and we're not talking about just 3 men like the Mulkeys, we are talking about the top of their game, then there will be no world title match here tonight, and that'll be the first, not only for a Great American Bash show, but this is the kickoff.
A lot on the line, no doubt about it. And if it were just an average man, I'd say his odds are not very good, but the reality is there's nothing average about Vader. He is a monster, and monsters can do things that regular men can't.
All right, fans, this is what we've been waiting for. Arn Anderson and Vader right off the bat, wasting no time. Down goes the Enforcer.
Anderson's going to take a walk.
Smart move by Anderson, and then he attacks Vader on the way back in the ring. Classic Horseman.
Went to hook up with him, and Vader just throws Anderson down like he's a rag doll.
Big knee right to the midsection now. Anderson with some punches and knees to the midsection. Vader backed into the corner. Let's see what Anderson's got in mind. Face first into the turnbuckle, and now Vader's on Queer Street.
Down to one knee, and now the Enforcer continues, and Look at Vader fighting his way back.
And just like that, there it is. What a fall. Variation of the Samoan drop, and Anderson caught that one. He's in trouble. Double A Anderson managing to survive that Asian nerve pinch. Of course, Vader, well versed in a lot of overseas techniques, was a household name in Japan. Clubbing right arm, and down goes Anderson. Anderson's up, and he couldn't hold him. Reverses it now. Arn Anderson's going to go over and make a tag. Tully Blanchard, the legal man, now in the ring. Vader was trying to finish off Anderson, and now Tully Blanchard. I don't know if Vader realized he was the legal man or not. It is a chop fest here in Baltimore, Maryland. And the clubbing arm of Vader again is enough to take one of the horsemen down.
Oh, wow, what a big elbow, and that came down hard and heavy, and Tully Blanchard is in trouble.
Side suplex, and now Tully is in trouble. Vader starting to get the momentum behind him. It's an elimination series, though. He's got to eliminate all three members of the Horsemen. They only have to beat him.
Well, these were the odds that were stacked when the match was made. He accepted those odds.
Now Tully back in the ring quickly. Look at this. Flair trying his luck, and to no avail. Tully Blanchard yelling at Vader, hey, you want me? I'm the legal man in the ring, big guy. And now the Horsemen double teaming right here. Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard going to work on the Mastodon. Head first into the canvas.
Oh, Anderson seems to think it's over. I doubt it.
One count only. Anderson now with a wrap, Russian leg sweep. Down he goes. From the middle rope, Arn Anderson. Pinpoint precision with that elbow. Inverted atomic knee drop. Oh, get a look at this. Anderson telling him, get up. Tag is made, and here comes the world champion, Nature Boy Ric Flair. Oh, he stopped. What a suplex. And now Vader. Talk about a second win. Choke slams the world champion, and Flair is in trouble.
Ric Flair not moving, and he is in trouble. Using the ropes to get back to his feet, and Vader right there.
Reverse suplex and face first. Flair goes down. This could be the Vader powerbomb. Oh, and he nails him with it. The world champion is down. Vader goes for the cover. 1, 2. He got him.
He just pinned the world champion.
One down, 2 to go.
He just pinned the NWA World Champion.
Vader seemed to go to a whole other place once Ric Flair got into the match. Now the question is, can he survive the remaining Horsemen? Vader just took Tully Blanchard out. Power bomb. Power slam. Big elbow finds the Mark Anderson is in trouble. Vader doing a number on the enforcer, Arn Anderson.
Now Anderson handing out some punishment of his own.
Irish whip to the ropes he goes. Spine buster, he caught him with it. Hooks the leg, one. And Vader out the back door. Vader just throwing Anderson back off here. German suplex, Anderson eats it.
Well, this monster Vader, oh my word.
All that weight crashing down on the chest of Anderson. And now Vader to the top. What's he going to do here? Big elbow. Tully Blanchard. Way too far away to be of any use right there. Anderson is up. Again, the Samoan drop and a big elbow follows up. Anderson is just about out in this one. To the turnbuckle he goes. And now trying to make the tag, he couldn't do it.
Vader too close to the wrong corner, though, and Tully Blanchard was able to get something in there.
Vader again fights his way out. Anderson in the turnbuckle now, but he's far away from his partner. Oh, this is bad news right here. Vader bomb.
I thought he would go for the cover for sure.
I would agree with that. I would thought he would have. Probably should have. Version of the gourd buster really rubbing it in right now. There's a tag made by Anderson. Tully Blanchard is in. Big knee strike. And now Vader into the ropes, and now see what Tully Blanchard can do. Blanchard targeting the knee of Vader. Blanchard now has got him up. Oh, look at this. He's got him in an iron camel clutch. Vader's in trouble.
He's holding on, and now he finally muscles out of it. Tully Blanchard now receiving the power forearms at the expense of Vader.
The man, the monster, the myth, Vader is absolutely stunning the world right now with what he's been able to accomplish. He's already defeated the world champion. Another tremendous suplex right there now. Tully Blanchard in trouble. Going for a pile driver.
Well, Tully Blanchard is laid out with that pile driver, and that should be it.
And it's it. He's eliminated now. It is one-on-one. Anderson, the enforcer, against the monster Vader. The fans on their feet here in Baltimore because they know something special is about to happen.
Anderson with that quick forearm, and it works.
Rake of the eyes by Anderson, and now Vader catches him. The Vader splash, down he goes. Will that be enough? 2. He got him.
Unbelievable. History is made.
Fans, we take a look back at history of the making. Vader has come to Battle Bowl and done what no man has ever been able to even consider doing.
Well, as I said, he's not a man, he's a monster. And tonight, the monster has earned an opportunity to become the World Heavyweight Champion.
We will see it tonight, fans. Vader, Flair for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. Unbelievable. We'll be back with more Battle Bowl. All right, fans, we are back. What an unbelievable series of events. We're going to take you back to the locker room again with Lance Muscle standing by with the man they call Vader.
All right. Hey, we just saw it out there, and everybody, I think, is absolutely amazed at what just happened. But tonight, sir, you have an opportunity against Ric Flair for the World Championship.
I have an opportunity. I am going to be the world champion tonight. Ric Flair, I told you that Vader time was now. And I'm going to prove to everybody throughout the entire Great American Bash that it is Vader time.
All right, well, who's going to argue with him? Certainly not me. Back to you guys at ringside.
All right, Big Van Vader. How do you argue with that? Well, with what we just saw here tonight, it is indeed Vader time.
America.
Now it's also time for the Great American Bash, and that means the American Dream.
All right, back to the Battle Bowl matches. We're going to find out who's who. The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, makes his way down the aisle in all his splendor.
Well, Dusty Rhodes dressed up for the occasion.
There are very few people in the world of wrestling that could get away with that outfit, and Dusty Rhodes may be the only one. And now the waiting game. Who is going to be the tag team partner of the American Dream? It could be anybody.
It'd be interesting, wouldn't it?
Oh, and take a look at who he's got as a partner. Superstar standout from the Texas area, Kerry Von Erich.
Well, Kerry Von Erich, former Intercontinental Champion, former World Class Heavyweight Champion, very accomplished young man. And he and the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, should be a very formidable team.
Fans, as the Great American Bash continues going across this great country of ours, we want to remind you there will be 2 specific dates where you'll have to catch the action live exclusively on our sister program, Twitch. And that will be on the 11th of July and the 21st. All right, let's see who they're going to be going up against. Oh, take a look at this. Another Texas native from Amarillo, Terry Funk.
Oh, Terry Funk indeed, and he and Dusty Rhodes with a long history. Not exactly a big fan or friend of Kerry Von Erich either, but this one has the makings to be very memorable.
Well, now the $1 million question is who will be the tag team partner of Terry Funk? Again, the winners go on and advance to the Battle Bowl, the Battle Royal, where the 8 men will fight for that title match. And the title of Battle Bowl winner, oh my goodness! This is going to be amazing! Here comes his tag team partner, Sting!
Fans, if you haven't been paying attention, Terry Funk and Sting have gone through an absolute war for the past 8 weeks. And now they've got to be side by side in the trenches.
Well, Sting, generally speaking, would be a friend of the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, and I'm sure he would have no problem with Kerry Von Erich. But it is about being the Battle Bowl champion. It is about getting that title match at the Omni on the 30th of July. The look on the face of Terry Funk, I think, about sums it up. And now Terry Funk, nice go behind right there on the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. Fans, as we look to the end of the night now with the world title looming, if Vader should find some unbelievable way to complete this trip that he's been on tonight and win the title, he would then assume the champion's responsibilities. And we've got a list of title matches that are set to go throughout the Great American Bash. We will give those to you after this match. As Terry Funk now taking the upper hand on Dusty Rhodes. What a move right there, stuns him.
Well, as we mentioned, there is no love lost between these men. Terry Funk, of course, his brother Dory Funk Jr., both men former NWA World Champions. Dory Sr., their father. And when you talk about wrestling royalty, you have got to and make sure you include the names of the Funks.
Big slam right there by the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, here on the concrete floor. Referee's count continues to climb, and now Dusty Rhodes sends the action back into the ring. Thus far, neither team making a tag yet. We'll see if that changes here in the near future, and it looks like it will not.
Well, Dusty Rhodes was trying to, and now look at Terry Funk taking a swipe at Kerry Von Erich.
And now we're going to see if Terry Funk and Sting can take that animosity and work it as a tag team, which right now, thus far, is happening. We saw that same scenario early tonight when Bobby Eaton had a team up with Ricky Morton. And despite the fact that they couldn't really get on one page, they were victorious.
Well, I think the reason why an anomaly like that can occur is because for the most part, and thus far, none of these teams are actual tag teams. They're not guys that normally wrestle together. So that continuity really doesn't exist for anybody in a tag team match here right now.
Now we've got Dusty Rhodes locking up with Sting. Here's a match I never thought I'd see. Sting with a neck breaker, and down goes the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. And Dusty dropped head first on the turnbuckle. Follows it up with a big elbow. Sting going for that tombstone spike pile driver, and Dusty Rhodes goes down head first. Lunging DDT, and the American Dream head first into the canvas. He's in trouble.
Well, Sting measuring him up, and this should be the sharp. Here it is. Scorpion Deathlock is on.
Dusty Rhodes is in trouble. We've seen a lot of people in this hold, and they have tapped out to it, including the names like Vader. And Dusty Rhodes taps out. Sting and Terry Funk will advance.
Kerry Von Erich never even made it into the match, I don't think.
I believe you're right. Dusty was trying desperately to make it to that rope, but he knew he wasn't going to, and then finally had to give it up. Well, with the months of abuse to that knee and the leg at the hands of the Horsemen. Fans will be back with more right after this. All right, fans, we are back. Some updates on the Great American Bash throughout the United States. Tomorrow we'll be in Charlotte. Barry Windham will be going after the world champion. Will it be Vader? Will it be Flair? We'll find out. Then on the 6th, we move to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the Veterans Stadium. It will be the Boogie Woogie Man, Jimmy Valiant, challenging the champion. On the 7th, it'll be beautiful Bobby Eaton getting an opportunity at the world title. On the 8th, it will be the Raging Bull, Manny Fernandez. Then on the 9th, we'll be in Cincinnati. Mike Rotundo will challenge the reigning champion at that time. On the 10th, Charleston, Terry Taylor from the UWF will have an opportunity at the greatest prize of them all. On the 11th, we'll be moving to Roanoke, Virginia. It'll be Michael P.S. Hayes challenging for the title. Then it'll be Miami, the Orange Bowl. The total package, Lex Luger will be the man challenging the champion. The next night, Daytona, Bash on the Beach. It will be Magnum TA in that one. And we're about to find out who our next match is going to feature. Ronnie Garvin making his way down the Hands of Stone. Fans, then on the 15th, will be in Sam Houston Coliseum in Houston, Texas. Dr. That's Steve Williams, representing the UWF, will have a shot at the world title. Next night will be over at 2 nights later on the 17th. We'll be in Fayetteville, North Carolina, ravishing Rick Rude to challenge. On the 18th from Johnston City, Tennessee, Freedom Hall, Sweet Stan Lane will have an opportunity to become the world champion. On the 20th, Norfolk, Virginia, at the Scope Coliseum, Ricky Morton will get an opportunity. And here comes, it's Superstar Billy Graham. Superstar Billy Graham is the partner of Ronnie Garvin.
Well, that's a big one right there, no doubt about it.
Now to find out who their opponents are going to be. As we move to the 21st, it'll be Atlanta Fulton County Coliseum. It will be Nikita Koloff challenging the world champion for the title. That will be one of the 2 Twitch exclusives. You'll have to check it out on Twitch. And here comes the first half of the opposition, Stan Lane of the Midnight Express.
One half of the World Tag Team Champions.
From Atlanta, we move to Lakeland, Florida. Ronnie Garvin, the man in this match right here, will have a chance to reclaim the World Heavyweight title. On the 23rd, Landover, Maryland, the Cap Center, Sting gets his chance to become the heavyweight champion once again. On the 24th, Richmond, Virginia, at the Coliseum, it'll be Terry Funk. On the 25th, Greensville, South Carolina, the Memorial Auditorium, Psycho Sid Vicious, call him what you will. You may be calling him world champion. On the 26th, from California's Great Western Forum, Bam Bam, Terry Gordy gets an opportunity at the title. And then on the 27th, Cincinnati, Ohio, from the Cincinnati Gardens, Chief Wahoo McDaniels. And then, of course, we will wrap it up on the 30th in Atlanta at the Omni. And the winner of the Battle Bowl here tonight will take that title match. Barry Windham makes his way down to the ring to be the tag team partner, Stan Lane.
Well, these guys ran together in the state of Florida, so they know each other. They probably teamed up in at least somewhat, maybe in a 6-man match back when the Fabulous Ones were running there.
Would not surprise me at all. Philosophically, though, I'm not sure they're on the same page today as they might have been back then. Superstar Billy Graham recently making his way into the NWA roster. All right, bell sounds, action's underway. Our 4th and final match of the evening to set up the Battle Bowl. Ronnie Garvin, the hands of stone. Going up against Stan Lane. Garvin's got him up in the air now. Big suplex and just deposits him right in the middle of the ring. Barry Windham watching from the ringside. Now, if anything was learned in the last match, you want to make frequent tags. Dusty Rhodes got caught in the ring way too long, couldn't get out. Next thing you know, he's on the outside looking up at the lights. Barry Windham down, Ronnie Garvin, collar and elbow back to the corner. Referee going to try and get a clean break between the two, which I would expect to get. And we do. Barry Windham now with Ronnie Garvin against the ropes, and there's a clothesline, and Garvin out to the floor.
Well, you got to throw friendships out the window and this kind of stuff right here. You're getting an opportunity to be the Battle Bowl champion. That's a title that has prestige all its own. But then you get the title match on the 30th, which for some of these guys would give them a second opportunity. So if at first you don't succeed,
and now Garvin sent into the steps. Referee continues the count. And Barry Windham following him in there. What a night of action it's already been, fans, and we still haven't got to the two now main events we've got. Garvin all the way out to the hard floor here. I understand we've had a camera crew outside the locker room of the Horsemen, and Lance Muscle has been trying to get a word with Ric Flair since what happened earlier tonight and has been unable to.
I don't think Flair wants to talk to anyone right now. He's got to be deep inside his own head after what happened earlier tonight.
And again, referee's count is something they'll have to pay attention to. You don't want to get counted out of this. That's not the way to go down. And Windham and Garvin both make it back into the ring. And now Garvin makes the tag. Superstar Billy Graham comes in. Clothesline by the former world champion.
Oh, but Barry Windham just stopped him in his tracks and caught him with a nice gut-wrench suplex.
Tag made now, and here comes Stan Lane. And Billy Graham once again with a series of tackles, and down goes Stan Lane, but now Lane reclaiming the momentum for his team.
Well, ever be it so short-lived as Graham continues to fight his way back to the top.
Spent some time in the state of Florida with Sir Oliver Humperdinck and the House of Humperdinck. Reverses the Irish whip, and now Billy Graham all the way out to the floor. There's the tag made. Barry Windham is in. And Superstar Billy Graham taking over this one. Working the head and the neck area, Barry Windham, the Sweetwater native, on the receiving end right now, the punishment.
Oh, Billy Graham going to make him carry his own weight there in a move like that, and that's a double wear-down attack when you can do that.
Now the tag is made, and here comes Stan Lane. So I've got to say right now, the team of Windham and Lane doing a good job of keeping the fresh man in the ring. Probably a little bit better than Garvin and Superstar Billy Graham. They've only had the one tag, but they're still doing very well with it. And now Superstar Billy Graham, overhead press and slam down goes Stan Lane right in the middle of the ring.
Stan Lane's in trouble, and now Billy Graham has that trademark bear hug locked in.
Dan Lane is in trouble. We've seen a lot of other people fade to this move. Referee's asking if he's had enough. That's it. It's over. Superstar Billy Graham, too much for Stan Lane. And it'll be Graham and Ronnie Garvin advancing to the Battle Hall. There's the tap.
Well, he had enough, clearly. That's all he could take. He couldn't take no more.
Former world champion superstar Billy Graham shows himself to still be in championship form here tonight. And who's to say on the 30th in Atlanta, Georgia, perhaps it'll be superstar Billy Graham challenging for the world title. Fans, we'll be back with more right after this. All right, fans, we are back, and it is time. The NWA World Heavyweight Championship is going to be defended here tonight at the Great American Bash. Ric Flair, Vader, head-to-head. The title is on the line. We're going to find out who's going to take it.
I'll tell you right now, folks, this is a match that a lot of people didn't think we'd be seeing here tonight, I believe.
Well, Vader has overcome enormous odds just to get to where he is right now. The question is, does he have enough left to overcome one more? The man, the monster, the myth, the man they call Vader. Will they call him champion when it's all said and done?
Well, let's not discard the fact that the man's already been to the top of the mountain. He is a former IWGP Heavyweight Champion, former World Championship Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, And tonight he looks to take away one of the most glorious titles from one of the longest, most dominant champions of all time, the Nature Boy Ric Flair.
Folks, it is that time of the year for the Great American Bash, but now you have to ask yourself, is it also Vader time? That's the question on a lot of people's minds right now, especially has to be in the forefront, I would think, of the mind of the Nature Boy Ric Flair.
What must be going through the champion's mind? He's been the manipulator of the mind games for as long as he's been the champion. The beating that the Horseman took tonight and that Ric Flair took tonight, it makes you wonder.
At the same point in time, Vader stayed in that match a lot longer than Flair, and the Horseman did a number on him before going out. You have to wonder what's left in the tank if you're Vader, and is it enough to get past Ric Flair? Perhaps being eliminated first was the biggest thing that could have happened for Ric Flair tonight. This is as personal as it gets, ladies and gentlemen. Flair making his way down the aisle. Keep the camera on Vader as well. Oh, wait a minute. We're not going to have to go very long. The Nature Boy Ric Flair promised some retribution tonight for what happened to James J. Dillon. Using that World Championship on Vader. What? Wait a minute, what's going on? You've got to be kidding me. The bell never rang.
Something's got to be done here.
Flair thinks he's won it. Flair thinks he's won the match. Hold on just a moment. Fans, don't leave yet. We're still trying to get a word on what's going on here. I just received word from the back. Jim Crockett Sr. says start the match. There are no way they're going to let it end like that. This match will continue. All right, the participants are back in the ring, and now it's official.
Well, now you have to ask yourself, how much did taking that steel championship, the gold belt, to the head of Vader numerous times play an effect on the big man?
Vader has done nothing but have to play from behind this entire time. He has stolen the brass ring up to this point in time. Will he be able to finish it up? We don't know. But Ric Flair has definitely done everything in his power to give himself the best opportunity moving forward. Spinning back fist, and Vader unable to make that one work. And now Flair with the overhands and the chops. Flair celebrating a little bit too soon, in my opinion. Vader with that headbutt right between the shoulders. Here on the concrete floor, Flair driven hard into it. The punches, the hits, the kicks, the chops, and a shoulder tackle for good measure. Flair tried the collar and elbow. That did not work. Vader sends him to the ropes. Drop kick by the 400-pounder. And now the champion is on the receiving end. Flair doing a great job of countering Vader's attacks. And now Flair just slapped him. The champion measuring him for that big knee drop. Flair wants him on his feet. Attacking, this could be it. Figure 4 leg lock. If he puts it on, it may be over. Flair has got it. Vader got to the ropes.
Well, if he didn't, it might have been all over.
Tremendous clothesline, and the champion is down. The NWA World Title lies in the balance. And now Vader, look at this, he's got that Dragon Sleeper Hold stitched in, and that is one of the most lethal maneuvers. Flair has to fight his way out. Vader driving the elbows into the chest area of Ric Flair, into the shoulders. And now the snapmare takes him over. Flair and Vader going head-to-head here tonight in the most unlikely scenarios. As the Nature Boy Ric Flair makes his way back up. Flair with a big chop, and down goes Vader.
Well, now Ric Flair pulling him over towards the middle of the ring here. Now he's got that half crab cinched in on Vader.
And Vader manages to fight his way out of it. Flair just got deposited face first into the canvas. And desperate to get back to his feet here. Nice arm drag by Vader, counters whatever attack Flair had in mind. And there's that power slam, and Ric Flair gets outside the ring. Oh, Flair just got thrown into the crowd. Both men going at it here. Back elbow has struck Vader, and I believe he's busted open. Blood flowing now on the big man.
Well, as that blood gets into the mask area, wonder how much of a role that may play.
Jawbreaker, and now Vader stunning the champion from behind. Vader working on the trapezius area of Ric Flair. He's starting to fade. Vader from the ropes, and there's the big elbow. The champion doing everything in his power.
Ric Flair has not been in this kind of a challenge in a long time. Perhaps going back to Lex Luger, but even then, I'm not sure.
Gut-wrench suplex by Vader. And the challenger starting to feel it now. This crowd starting to get behind, thinking that they might be seeing a title change here tonight. Nobody home. Rake in the eyes, and now Flair. Oh, there you go. The dirtiest player in the game.
And now you know why.
Irish whip now, and Flair drives down. He comes over the top. Nice back elbow right into the face. Flair goes after the legs. He's going to try that figure four leg lock again, and there it is. Vader is in trouble. Vader trying to survive. Will he be able to is the question.
He's turning it over with everything he's got, and Vader's got him now.
Reverse the power of the figure four leg lock, and now Flair. What was he thinking? Into the turnbuckle, and Flair thrown across the ring. The champion is in trouble. There's the Irish whip into the turnbuckle he goes, and now the Nature Boy Ric Flair. Vader going up, this could be it. We may be looking at a new champion. Vader bomb. He's got him up, and Flair brings him down. The champion. And you look at the challenger, the blood spewing through the mask of Vader. The Nature Boy Ric Flair back to his feet once again. Shot to the midsection. And Flair unleashing.
Well, he went for that patented chop, and it didn't happen there. Vader running powerbomb into the turnbuckle, and he slams him.
Vader goes for the cover. He doesn't hook the leg. He gets one. He gets two. And Flair still alive in this one. Again, Vader dropping the elbow. Flair caught him coming in. Vader catches Flair, belly to back suplex. And now the Nature Boy rolls out to the floor. Smart move right there by Ric Flair. He knows he can't lose the title outside the ring.
Well, maybe not, but he can suffer a lot more damage, and that's what Vader's here looking to do.
The damaged back of Ric Flair has been well documented. He had that massive injury in the plane wreck many years ago. Taking the kind of damage he's taking right now outside the ring at the hands of a man like Vader. Flair breaks the count now, and this is personal. Let's not forget about that. And now the Nature Boy Ric Flair steps into the figure four again, this time out on the floor. He's got Vader in trouble. Oh, Vader's out. He might have broke his leg. Flair may have broken his leg. The referee's count is up to 6, and I don't know if Vader's going to beat this one or not.
Well, now the referee distracted by Flair, and that allows Vader to get back in.
Flair down for the cover, gets one. He gets two, and Vader kicks out. Flair staring him down for just a moment like, what do I got to do to this guy? And now Vader going for a cover here, but Flair too close to the ropes. The Nature Boy Ric Flair trying to chop down this big oak tree. Vader, Snapmare takes him down the middle of the ring. Doing a number on Ric Flair. Now when you're leaning in with almost 400 plus pounds, that move becomes a lot more effective than a 220. Indeed it does, and the blood now is again cascading over parts of the mask of Vader, getting into the eyes, I would have to believe. Flair from the top rope, elbow, finds a mark, and now Flair goes down for the cover. He forgot to hook the leg. Vader barely gets his shoulder off the mat, and Flair, the look on his face says it all. The face of Vader says it all. Look at the blood streaming down here. And now the challenger. Oh, this is what he did to him in the opening match. The choke slam. Will that be enough again?
It might have been, but instead, oh, wow.
Flair's out. Flair is out. Vader with that free fall. The Nature Boy Ric Flair is hurt. And now Vader going for the bomb, and this will be it. We may be looking at a new champion right here. Hooks the leg. Referee is now 1, 2. It's over. There is a new NWA World Heavyweight Champion.
Overcoming the greatest odds I've ever seen. Big Van Vader going through not one, but all of the horsemen here tonight.
I was hoping we were going to get to see what turned the tide of the match, because that one face first powerbomb by Vader sent Flair throat first into the middle rope, I believe, snapped his neck horribly, and Flair was never able to come back after that. Ladies and gentlemen, the Great American Bash has a new champion. It is the man they call Vader.
I have been sitting back long enough, waiting. I am not waiting any longer. I have waited for my time. My time has come. It is time for the world to realize Vader's here. And it is Vader time!
All right, wait a minute! The Nature Boy Ric Flair heading down to the ring for his match. Vader hammering away on Ric Flair.
And it is Vader time!
All right, fans, we are back, and it is time for the Battle Bowl, but this crowd is still collecting themselves after what we just saw. There is a new NWA World Heavyweight Champion, and his name is Vader. All right, fans, we're going to go back to the locker room once again. Unbelievable night we've had thus far. Lance Muscle, take it away.
All right, well, I'm back here with the brand new NWA World Heavyweight Champion, the man they call Vader, and you did it, sir. Everything you said you were going to do, you did. No one can doubt you now.
Ric Flair, Four Horsemen, I told all of you that it was Vader time. And now for everyone, throughout the month of July, here at the Great American Bash, you will find out what happens when you step into the ring against the monster, the man they call Vader. It is Vader time!
All right, gentlemen, back up to you. Wow. All right, it is Vader time. We can't argue it now. Brand new NWA World Champion Vader shocked the world, to say the least. We are trying to get a condition update on Ric Flair. He really got knocked for a loop there with that inverted power bomb. Caught himself on the middle rope, I believe. We'll have to go back to the replay later on and find out, but that was a devastating blow, and it changed the entire complexion of the match immediately.
No doubt about it, he was not able to recover from that, and I don't know too many people that could. But Vader knew it. He saw Flair was hurt, and he went to work and finished the match up. Now the big question is, we went through the list of contenders for the month of July, and the question is, will he be able to manage that title run? And you know, the champion's commitment is different than when you're not the champion. You understand? You wrestle a match, you maybe have a night off. When you're the champion, you're out there each and every night, especially during the Great American Bash.
100% absolutely. And if anyone is capable of handling a champion schedule, it would be Vader. All right, earlier they were tag team partners, and that is a very loose interpretation of the word. Bobby Eaton carried the lion's share of the match, refusing to tag Ricky Morton in. Well, now they get to do what they do best, and that is go after one another, because the Battle Bowl fans, you have no friends.
Well, think about it. When you win the Battle Bowl, you're two things. You are the Battle Bowl champion, and that comes with a level of prestige all its own. And you are now the man who will face the champion on July 30th, live from the Omni, which right now would be Vader. I don't see where that's a win. If someone told me I had to get in the ring with that man, I don't feel like a winner.
Well, it's not something I'd look forward to any more than you do. But that said, I've got to believe that the 8 men in this particular event would love the opportunity to try and bring the most prestigious title home. And that's presuming Vader still has it by the 30th. There's a lot of dates in between. Road Warrior Hawk makes his way into the ring. As the list of 8 continues to set. Here comes Mean Mark Callis. When you talk about favorites in a match like this, it is a battle royale, top rope elimination. I would have to think Mean Mark has got to be at the top of the list of candidates to win this thing.
Well, by far one of the biggest, if not the biggest guy in this battle royal, I think it is. If I were the other 7 guys, I might want to partner up and get him out of there, and then we can fight later.
Well, when it comes to fan favorites, they don't get much better than this. The icon, the man they call Sting.
Oh, he's definitely captivating this crowd right now. They love this guy.
Well, the same way that Vader had a long road to hoe to get here, Sting can double down on this opportunity here because he already has a title match during the Great American Bash, but he could make that 2-for-1 by winning the Battle Bowl.
And that's the thing, as you see some of the names that have come down here, there are some that aren't on that list of title defense matches, and this is their one and only opportunity, and they've got to win this in order to get on that list. Others, they got an opportunity to get not one, but as you said, 2 title matches.
Fans, the Clash of the Champions will be August 1st, 2 days after the end of the Great American Bash. That will be where the real fallout takes place.
Wouldn't doubt that for a moment as we see the Texas native Terry Funk in the ring.
We take a look at this sold-out crowd here. Baltimore, Maryland. They are here for one thing, and that is to see who will be the Battle Bowl champion. And could it be this man right here, Ronnie Garvin, the man with the hands of stone? It's been just over a year now. Garvin suffered that serious injury at the hands of the Four Horsemen, Tully Blanchard more specifically, pile driving him on the concrete floor upwards of 6 times to remove him from title contention, and effectively did, as Ronnie Garvin was not able to compete throughout the Great American Bash last year, and he's looking forward to making up for lost time. Once again, capacity crowd on hand here. The Great American Bash and the Battle Bowl. Exclusively here on the Nation Network. Fans, follow us on Twitter at Invasion Nation for exclusive updates. As once again, superstar Billy Graham making his way down. Former world heavyweight champion in his own right, the superstar. Big opportunity for him as well. His name wasn't on the list that we went through earlier on, so if he wants to make it to a title match here during the Great American Bash, he needs the Battle Bowl victory. All right, fans, there's no niceties in this one. There are no friends in this one. And already an elimination. No, Sting held on to that bottom rope as Ricky Morton almost eliminated Sting.
Well, you're talking about no friends. Ricky Morton and Sting, you would think would be guys that might work together, but that's not the case.
Hands of stone, Ronnie Garvin and the superstar Billy Graham. Graham biting Garvin. Wow, so much at stake in this one, and they're all letting it hang out.
Billy Graham now has got Ronnie Garvin in a very precarious position, and he almost eliminated him.
Garvin is still hanging on to that bottom rope and able to save himself. Terry Funk, meantime, going to work with Hawk of the Road Warriors. Sting and Mean Mark Callis going at it in the corner. Sting was almost the first man eliminated. Now Terry Funk goes over the top rope, and he's gone. Terry Funk eliminated from the Battle Bowl. And there goes the Road Warrior Hawk.
Quickly, 2 men are gone. That took no time at all.
Fans, we invite you to stick around. Right at the conclusion of the Battle Bowl, we will have a special edition of the Ringside Report. Mean Mark winding up the arm of Bobby Eaton, and Sting and Ricky Morton. I take it back. Ronnie Garvin and Ricky Morton going at it in the middle of the ring, but just as surprising. And now Superstar Billy Graham has got Sting up against the ropes. Anytime you get near the ropes, you run the risk. Sting got caught with a big boot by Mark Callis. Morton is now perched on top, and Superstar Billy Graham tries to remove Ricky Morton from the Battle Bowl, but he couldn't get it done.
Garvin now and Bobby Eaton going at it. Mean Mark going at it with Sting, and now it looks like Ricky Morton biding his time, and now he goes after the biggest guy in the ring.
And again, Superstar Billy Graham putting the boots to Sting, and we had an elimination. Bobby Eaton has been removed. And Ricky Morton's got to join them. 4 men remain. Which one will be the Battle Bowl champion? Sting and Ronnie Garvin going at it. Sting turned his attention away from Garvin momentarily, and now his focus is on Mean Mark.
The hell was that Sting just did? I don't know.
Garvin with a pile driver, and Sting is out. In the meantime, Mean Mark Callis still in this match, and we told you at the beginning, he was the guy to watch. He's the biggest, toughest guy in this match, in my opinion. And if they don't team up against him, they may be really ruining the decision they made. Superstar Billy Graham eliminated by the hands of Stone Ronnie Garvin.
Well, we mentioned earlier that Ronnie Garvin was deprived of the opportunity to compete at the Bash last year, and he's looking to make up for that right here.
What a pile driver again, and Sting is absorbing that punishment, but how much can he? Garvin now turns his attention to Mean Mark Callis with a snapmare, and now Garvin driving the elbow. Oh, I thought he was going to take Sting out, but Sting had some other ideas, and now Garvin blocking the suplex attempt. Comes up with one of his own.
Well, he went for a Northern Light suplex, which would be great, except for the fact that there are no pinfalls in the Battle Bowl.
We started with 8. There are 3 remaining.
Well, technically, we started with 16 at the beginning of the night.
That is true, and these are the final 3. Garvin waiting on Mean Mark to get back to his feet. He went for the right hand. It was blocked, and now Mark Callis has a stunned Ronnie Garvin. Garvin's got Sting up in the air, couldn't hold him. And now Sting delivers the elbow.
He looked like he was going for a bear hug, perhaps, but Mark Callis blocked that.
Fall away slam. Boy, oh boy, that took its toll. Shot to the midsection, and now Sting is in trouble. And now Sting has an overhead press. Out goes Mark Callis, and now we're down to 2. Sting has eliminated the biggest man in the match. Ronnie Garvin would like nothing better than to make up for a missed year of the Great American Bash with a Battle Bowl victory. There's the right hand. Sting's out.
He's out on his feet is what he is, and Garvin continues to strike him with a series of blows that leave him on Queer Street, but now both men back and forth.
Up against the ropes, and now Ronnie Garvin's got Sting. Will he be able to eliminate him?
No, he hangs on to the bottom rope. Now Sting is in trouble. Garvin trying to put him out.
Sting hanging on with all he's got, and this one's over if he doesn't. Garvin trying so hard, and Sting will not give up. The title of Battle Bowl champion meaning so much to both of these men. They both have title matches during the month of July. That's not what it's about for them. Big overhand right by Sting, taking a page out of the book of the Hands of Stone, Ron Garvin.
Garvin catches Sting and turns it in to a Russian leg sweep, and now this crowd doesn't know which way to go. Both of these guys generally liked by the fans.
Oh, and here it goes, the Garvin stomp. How much more can you ask a man to take? Clothesline, and Sting is gone. Ronnie Garvin is your winner. The Battle Bowl champion, here to kick off the Great American Bash, is Ronnie Garvin.
Well, I'll tell you what, fans, we have seen so much go down here tonight. This is just the first night for the Great American Bash. What's it going to be like by the 30th?
Fans, there is your winner, the Hands of Stone, Ronnie Garvin. Thank you so much for joining us here for Battle Bowl. Stick around. The Ringside Report is next.
Good evening and welcome to the Ringside Report, where we recap all things that are the Nation Network. Thank you guys for joining and watching the stream. Appreciate it. I've been trying the best I can to keep an eye on some of the chat, but that's been tough tonight. You guys have been busy.
Well, we saw some big things go down here. Brand new World Heavyweight Champion. Vader time it is. Vader is the man. Getting through the Horsemen, getting through Ric Flair in the main event, and that inverted power bomb, that was freaking brutal. I was hoping they'd show it on the replay. We'll have to catch that later on. Let me just give some shout-outs here, going way back to Kyle Magoo, the Bishop of Wrestling, Mike Masterson, Aaron, Aaron Wilson. If you don't know what the Aaron reference is, you guys got to check out a video. It's funny. Theo Clardy, always. Blaze, thank you, Blaze. Sean Nova in the house, thank you, brother. LB 2.0, Must See Wrestling Network. Of course, Big JH. I'm sure I said it, but Theo, if I didn't, Theo. Steeler Wayne was in the house here. Roy Woodsby. And, of course, it wouldn't be a party without hot shit. Andrew Kowalt, thank you so much for joining. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody. I'm just really skimming through the stream chat that went on here earlier tonight. Steeler Wayne. All right, well, I think that kind of gets me caught up on everybody I wanted to shout out. Thank you guys so much again. Some big stuff to start off the Great American Bash. Some news now that's going to affect the Great American Bash. Many of you know that have been regular watchers of this channel that, on a personal note, I've been dealing with some neck problems, and today I finally met with the surgeon to get the news that I pretty much knew it was going to be. It's actually... when I say it's a little bit worse, it's not really. It's the same surgery. It's just going to be done more than we thought. So it's not just the C6, C7 disc that's an issue. It's the 5 and 6 as well. So they are going to basically do, I guess I get to enter in some small way the wrestling genre, and the fact that a lot of the pro wrestlers have had the same surgery done, but they're going to be fusing the 5, 6, and 7 together. So there'll be a little bit of hardware installed for that, and that right now is scheduled to take place on the 18th of July. And needless to say, that will put a little bit of a crimp in the broadcast schedule once we get there. 18 and 19 definitely won't be anything happening those 2 days, 100% for sure. Depending on what my physical condition is after that will determine when I can get back to streaming anything. The voice is going to be the big thing, because they do have to put a breathing tube down there, and he's made it clear that your voice will be a mess for a little bit. And there's no guarantee that it ever gets back to normal 100%. I mean, I'll be able to talk and all that, but my fear right now, I'm not going to lie, is that I won't be able to do some of the voices that I do. But I've talked to a lot of people who have had the surgery, and they generally, I mean, they all undergo it the same way. And they sound pretty much the same as I remember them sounding, so I'm going to just believe in the best. And, it's all in God's hands at the end of the day. All right, well, you guys got anything you want to chat about? What do you think about the event itself? I thought it was pretty well done, considering the fact that this is one of those rare ones where I'm doing it live as opposed to setting up an entire card and then just playing through it. So I had to bounce back and forth, and then with a random selector, I thought that did a pretty good job picking up matches. Ricky Morton and Bobby Eaton on the same team. It's like, damn, that's one for the record. In case you haven't heard, the latest 2K19 news is there will be the special guest referee coming back, which gives me a lot of hope that other stuff will come back that shouldn't have been gone to begin with, like creative story mode. Thank you, John. Appreciate it.
Must see, thank you. Appreciate that as well. So, yeah, we have that to look forward to, and that will kick off right here on the Nation Network 4 days early on the 5th of October instead of the 9th. So if you're borderline on, I don't know if I want to get that game or not, thank you, Steeler. You can check it out right here on the stream. I'll be really just using the guts out of it. I'll be creating a bunch of stuff so you get to see how I create wrestlers, creating arenas. We'll be doing some Rise is going to have the early on advantage because they'll have a full roster ready to go. So we'll do some actual matches with Rise. Funk and Sting team up was it because they've had a great feud, man. I've been real happy with all their matches. So putting them on the same team, and they actually didn't do so bad. I was a little disappointed that Ricky and Bobby didn't play nice. But I suppose that at the end of the day, that's about right. Thank you, Musty. Again, it's a pretty common surgery. But anytime anyone goes under surgery, you just have to know there are inherent risks that go with it, and I know that. I don't think anything bad's going to happen. My biggest concern is the voice. But you got to deal with what you can deal with. That's all there is to it. The pain right now is just out of control. It's almost nonstop. There used to be ways around it that I could kind of, turn my head a certain way or move my arm here and all that, and the pain would go away. But that's done now. Now it's just kind of pretty constant, and like that reminder. It's like, hey, you going to deal with this or not? Because I'm not going anywhere. So, yeah. Talking to the doctor, he's like, well, there are certain events, different things we can try, and there's this and that, depending on what you want to do. I said, I need the pain gone. It's been 4 fucking months. Enough. He says, well, that's surgery. I know. I didn't come here to get a bouquet of flowers, man. Let's do this. But he's got a good reputation. It's one of the biggest health organizations in the local area. They do all the big sports team contracts. They got the Orlando Magic, which probably isn't a ringing endorsement since the Magic couldn't pretty much win a game against a middle school team on any given day. But they have the Orlando Solar Bears hockey team for any injuries they sustain. And again, they're just really well known. They're a huge company, Jewett Orthopedic. So I feel like I'm in really good hands with them. Thank you, John. I do appreciate it. And I plan to. It's like downtime in general. Like I'll be out of work for at least 2 weeks, possibly as much as 3. So there were 2 different options on the surgery. The one that I was kind of hoping for is a replacement where they put another disc in, basically a FAW disc that they create and they put in the spot. And what that'll do is allow you to continue having motion in that joint. However, my scenario is so degenerated that it doesn't even matter. He says you wouldn't get anything out of it because you're not getting much motion out of it now. So that really helped make the decision for me that we're going to go with the fuse. And that is just going to make that one particular area one solid bone. It's going to be pretty tough. But it will kind of affect motion in the other parts of the neck and stuff. But you know what? Get rid of the pain. I can deal with the rest. Oh, man. Theo, honestly, I don't even remember that. I gave up on the Magic long before that. When Shaq left the team and the way he left the team, I wasn't happy at all. That's when I started really getting rid of sports in general. When I realized there's no loyalty. It's not even that you left. Hey, you want to make more money, you make more money. But there's a way to do it. Show some class. And I just felt like that didn't happen. And it happens a lot that way. When LeBron needs an hour special to let us know he's taking his talents to South Beach. You kiss my ass, all right? In California, all I got to tell you guys in L.A. is be careful what you wish for because you just got it. Everybody trying to buy a championship, except for the Magic. Yeah, no threat of that. When they had Shaq and Penny going, they had D. Scott going, that was a team to watch. Next to the New York Islanders, I think the Magic probably have the worst ownership in professional sports. To have as many first-round picks as you have and not even have a single victory in a finals game. They had Nick Anderson, they had Horace Grant, 3D, Dennis Scott, Scotty Skiles. It was an on and on and on list of talent. Yeah, I did catch that 30 for 30. It was all right. That was the one I had Shaq and Penny doing a little poolside interview. You know, Penny was the best. Shaq leaves the team. Penny becomes like the new Michael Jordan, man. He's scoring 50 a night, man. He's lighting up the scoreboard. And then, I don't know, he started tapering off a little bit. Gets traded to, I believe, Phoenix, where he never really even plays. Goes to Phoenix, and all of a sudden, oh, my feet hurt. The hell you mean your feet hurt? So Nike custom makes shoes just for him. No, man, something wrong with the shoe. No, man, something wrong with your heart. And that's one of the reasons why I gravitate to wrestling so much. A, there's no off season. B, they just come out and do their fucking job and they don't bitch about it. Well, for the most part. Most of them are pretty cool with fans as long as the fans aren't assholes. They're a lot more approachable than real athletes, you know, so far as real, but meaning professional sports athletes. And they're not pretentious, believe me. They know what they are, we know what they are, and they don't hide it. Yeah, injuries will always be that. Injuries will always be career killers, doesn't matter. That's just the way it is. All right, everybody. Well, I think I'm going to wrap it up right about now. I just wanted to touch base. Thank everybody who was part of that stream in the chat room and everybody else, even if you didn't get in the chat room, you're watching. I appreciate you. We will do this Great American Bash thing as much as I physically can. I've got good days, I've got bad days. Lately, more bad than good, but there is a date. So hopefully by the 18th, I'll wake up and it'll be over. In the meantime, I want to thank you guys once again for joining me for the Battle Bowl as we kick off the Great American Bash here on the Nation Network. Don't forget to check out our sister channel over on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/Vince_McSham. We've got the latest in your house already up there. If you didn't see it live here, it's over there. Thank you, John. You have a great day as well. All right. So long from ringside, and we'll see you soon here on the Nation Network.